Hello everyone, welcome back to my studio. My name is Jade, for those of you who don't know, and I am the owner and creator of Patron Co. Today we are going to be working on resetting my studio and getting everything prepped for the new year. I'm going to be going through my clay container and going through the clay that I have and cleaning it out. Also cleaning my desk, and I did get a new shelf for my studio, so we're going to be setting my studio up and getting it decorated. I just moved here to South Carolina from Georgia, so I now have a studio room in my apartment fully for just my art, and my husband has a setup over here for his gaming, but we are going to work on getting the studio and art studio area set up today. So let's get into it. So this is pretty much what my studio looks like all together. All these boxes are stacked in the corner because, like I said, I just moved here from Georgia, so let's get it situated. I'm just cleaning up my desk, and then I will have to move all of those boxes out of the way so I can get it ready for our new shelf. It's a pretty big mess to tackle for the new year, but I'm glad that I'm going to get everything situated and ready and prepared for the new year. That way I know where everything is, I know what supplies I need to order, and I can have a clear mind when I go into the new year. I ideally like my desk to be clean because it helps me focus and stay on task. Since Christmas was about last week, it got really messy because I was doing commissions and things. It's really hard for me to keep my space clean when I have so much going on, but it sort of leads to burnout and other issues if I don't have a clean area. So taking time to clean everything just helps me like reset my mind and get new creativity. But yeah, I just like to have a clean space before I start creating, so there's nothing I have to worry about, like where my supplies are and things like that, and I can have an open mind to creativity and focus on what I'm trying to make. This is my desk after it's been cleaned. I'm so excited that everything is in its place and I know where everything is now and I don't have to worry about it. Now I just have to go through this drawer and get it situated. There's a lot of supplies here that can go on my new shelf, and all the things on the ground I need to pick up. And these boxes over here are going to be moved and sorted through. A lot of yarn is in the corner box and needs to be moved to my bedroom because I have a shelf specifically for my yarn. My shelf is going to go over here in this corner, and I'm planning on hanging a lot of my prints on the wall over here. I love having this huge window at my workspace. It definitely lets the natural light in, and it's great for helping me make art and being able to see what I'm creating. It also does really good for photos. Here's the box for the new shelf. Please excuse the mess. Like I said, we're still moving in and unpacking. But this is the box for the shelf. Surprisingly, it's not too heavy. It has a bamboo shelf inside. I picked the bamboo color because I love the color of that wood. It matches my desk. But yeah, I can share the listing on Amazon that we purchased it from. If you guys are interested, I can include it in the description of this video. Max is going to be helping me get it situated and set up because as we were setting this up, I was not strong enough to screw the bolts in. You can see me struggling later on in this video. Beanie decided he was going to come over and scope it out. The animals were very intrigued on what we were doing. Honestly, building the shelf took a little bit longer than expected, but we were multitasking at the same time. I think Max was like cooking lunch while I was trying to figure out camera angles to film. But overall, it wasn't too hard to put together. I just was having a hard time because I wasn't strong enough to screw them in. The holes for the screws weren't the right size, so you kind of had to like force them in. I definitely recommend using a electric screwdriver, or if you have someone who can help you put it together, I recommend having 2 sets of hands to help put it together. Max is building the shelf and it's going in that corner, and Lemonade has stolen my seat. Lemmies!
What?
She does not look amused.
What?
And then Fred came to say hi. Okay, so I pretty much have the whole shelf put together. We have 2 pieces here, but it's almost done. Yay! Max is in there making some coffee and some lunch. I definitely need his help to put it together because you need someone strong to put it together. So I'm gonna ask him to come in here and finish it up for me. The screws are too big for the holes, so you kind of have to like force it in, and it's a bit annoying. But yeah, I'm gonna have him come in here and help me finish it up. Alright, so we finally got it finished. This is what it looks like. I'm just gonna work on getting everything put on the shelf and organized now. I'm gonna clean out the little cart beside my desk and get it situated over here. I'm gonna have a shelf for my packaging supplies, my Cricut, my clay, and then my resin and print sleeves at the bottom, and then some paint at the very bottom. But yeah, I'm so happy with it. I did decorate a little bit at the top. I added one of my favorite pothos plants and some lights so it'll glow at night, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. But yeah, you'll have to leave in the comments and let me know if you like it or if you have any suggestions on how I can make it look a little more cozy in here. Oh, I almost forgot. I added some prints to the top as well of the shelf on the wall. I added a few of my prints and then a few that I bought. And then I also later on add my certificate from Japan, from Tokyo when I exhibited there. I hung it on the wall because that's something I'm very proud about. You can't see it in the video, but I did add it after the video. This is my desk. I'm probably going to sit down and do a little bit of work now that everything is situated, but I'm very happy with how it looks. So now we're going to get into something I wanted to start in the new year, and that would be a Patreon snail mail club. My Patreon is live right now, and it features my snail mail club, which means that you can receive something in the mail each month that I have made. Right here you can see the sticker sheet that I'm working on for this month's snail mail club. There are 3 tiers for this subscription. So the first subscription you can do is you can get 4 stickers in the mail that I have hand drawn and cut myself. The second tier is you can get a postcard, 4 stickers, and a sticker sheet that I have drawn. This month's sticker sheet is the one that I'm working on right now. And then the last subscription is the postcard, the sticker sheet, the stickers, and something special inside. This might be washi tape sometimes, this might be a puzzle, this might be just something cute like a charm or something special that I have made for the month. But yeah, if you're interested, just head over to my Patreon and just subscribe. I am doing a shop update this Friday, so if you are a Patreon member, then you get 24-hour free access to my new shop website before anyone else. It is free to sign up for my Patreon, just not to be a part of the snail mail clubs, you do have to subscribe and pay money to be part of the snail mail because you get something in the mail each month. But if you want early access to my new website, you can sign up for free for my Patreon. And I would just like to say, at the end of each of my vlogs now, I am going to list my Patreon subscribers on the screen and give them a big thank you. So I'm just going to take a moment to do that. Thank you to all my Patreon subscribers. You make this video come true. You make my business what it is today, and I value all of your support. So thank you all. Something else I wanted to work on in the new year was developing my art skills. I decided to start the book The Artist Way and start my everyday morning journaling. I did start this at night because I just had a feeling of wanting to learn some more knowledge once I got my area cleaned up. I also decided to start taking a course in digital art to hopefully get a diploma online for. But yeah, in the new year, that is something that I wanted to work on. I wanted to work on reading and developing my art skills more. Something I'd also like to touch base and talk about, it right here is a good example of it. My phone beside me is actually reading me the text in the book. I struggle with dyslexia, and I have since I was little. That doesn't mean I can't read. I just have a really hard time keeping track of what I'm reading and staying focused. So this is a big help when it comes to learning new things. But I just wanted to be open with you guys and just let you know that sometimes struggling is okay, and I don't have a problem talking about it or sharing how being dyslexic and anxious, how to overcome that and do what you love. Something that I learned in this first chapter of The Artist Way is that it's good to take yourself out, so like to a park or to a cafe and do art. I never thought of it like this, but you should use all of your 5 senses to create art. Most people just use their eyes. They look for inspiration on Pinterest, or even in real life, they'll go and sit and paint like a lake or something. But in The Artist Way, I've learned that you should use your hearing to create art. You should use your feelings to create art. You should use what you smell to create art and what you feel to create art. So it's great to think about how you can use your senses in your artwork. Like if you go out and you feel grass and you paint how the grass feels, or just getting more in touch with your senses and feelings and how that can help you create art. I feel like if you use your senses, you'll create more original art than just copying the same things over and over and over. And I never really thought of doing that before. Good morning, everyone. It's the next morning. I did finally get my whole desk set up and my shelf set up. I do have another shelf that I want to put up to put all of my little collectibles on, like my little Pop Mart figures and things. But as of right now, that's probably all I'm gonna get done in the studio. I did hang a few pictures on the wall, and I did go through my little cart over here and cleaned it out. I now need to go through my little trinket boxes and my clay box that holds all my clay and clean it out and get it ready for the new year. After I do that, I'm just gonna jump into my mail club and how I'm going to start it. And I'm also going to discuss a few questions that you guys have for me from 2025 business-wise, like markets and stuff that I've attended and what I think about them. So yeah, we're just gonna get in. I have been working on The Artist Way. I started the first chapter yesterday, and I have been doing the morning pages, so I am going to sit down and work on that a little bit as well this morning. Okay, so we have our trinket dish. As you can see, it's a pretty big mess from last year. So I'm just gonna go through and sort everything into categories on my desk and then clean out the tray and then replace all the pieces inside. Okay, we have my clay box, and we are just gonna go through, sort through the clay and clean it out and get it. Hello everyone, this is VoiceOver Jade again because for some reason my camera decided to record me in slow motion and not capture my voice. So anyways, I didn't want to lose this clip because I feel like I was saying important stuff, but I'm pretty sure what I was talking about was the fact that I am starting my Patreon, and I am going about the process of how I set it up, and I'm also going to talk about how I started my website, because Canva now has a thing where you can make your own website. I decided not to do Shopify anymore because the fee on there was getting a bit expensive over the last year, and I only have a couple of templates I could choose from, and I didn't like that. I wanted my website to be fully creative because I am a creative person, and I wanted that to showcase in my website along with my artwork. So I decided to use Canva to create my new website. I was able to put some drawings on there and like updates and stuff like that. But yeah, I just wanted to be able to fully customize my website, so I decided to switch over to Canva. It's cheaper that way, and I feel like I had more creativity, flexibility when making my website. Another thing I wanted to talk about in the new year was something that a friend of mine brought to my attention. So I'll just put her little comment up in the corner and we can talk about it a bit. But yeah, one of the questions that my friend shared with me was, what other markets do you think I should try? I'm trying to plan them out better this year and try to keep a steady income each month. How did you figure out which markets you'd be successful at? So this was a great question, and I asked her if it would be okay if I shared it with you guys on my channel, because I'm sure a lot of you have questions about that, and she said that would be fine. So how I make a steady income each month, like if you're trying to make a steady income each month with your business, there are a few options that you can do. Of course, there are conventions and markets, but I wouldn't solely rely on those, because sometimes they can be good turnouts and sometimes they can't. At the first of the year, I try to apply for all the cons that are open for applications. Just apply. You don't know if you'll get in or not, but it's worth doing. And just plan to travel, just keep an open mind about it. And if you plan to travel, I would choose other conventions in different states to apply for as well. But keep in mind your costs and how you're going to travel and things. Another thing that you can do is start a Patreon like I did. That way you have a steady income each month of something that someone pays for, like a subscription of some type. Whether that's you making videos of packing orders for them and they pay to see you pack their order, or you start a snail mail club, or you share content on there, or you sell exclusive things on your Patreon. That's a great way to have a steady income each month. Another thing that you can do, it's more of a passive option, which I actually started this year, is put your artwork in a local art shop. I know that almost every city or town has a local art shop that you can reach out to and see if they'll put your artwork in there. However, you do have to probably pay a fee, or they take a percentage out of the item that you are selling for them. But if you make good money from selling your stuff in the shop, then that would not be an issue. Also, if you're introverted, that's a better way of doing it. Another thing that you can do is look for local markets in your area, so you're not spending as much gas money to get around. Things that I look at when I'm attending a local event, even though it's not a convention, is would my artwork sell there? Is this an event that I would like to attend as a buyer? And how many people interact with their post online and social media? If their posts have a lot of interaction, that means there probably will be a good bit of people who show up and want to purchase. Also, if I would attend this event to buy things, then it would probably be a good event. If I wouldn't show up and purchase things and look at the artist's work, then this might not be an event that I'd want to attend. But yeah, that's a great way of looking at it. And I would also take in consideration of what your financial life looks like right now. Do you have a lot of extra money to spend on art or things you like, or are you pretty tight with your budget right now? If you're pretty tight with your budget right now, you can assume that other people are as well, and you may not make as many sales. But you can kind of put on the scale like whether it would be a good month to book an event, or if you should hold off and try to do more marketing and online stuff. If you don't already have an online website, I recommend getting an online website because this will help your sales a lot and help you keep a steady income. But yeah, that's just my tips for keeping a steady income throughout the year. But yeah, that's just a question that my friend brought to my attention that I wanted to share with you all. If you guys have any questions in the future, please put them in the comments and I'll try to touch on them next vlog. But yeah, thank you. Alright, so it is now the next day, and the last thing I had to do was update my Shopify so that it says that my shop is closed and that my new shop is coming. So I'm gonna quickly do that, and then I decided to start on a painting for my house, so I'm gonna start working on that painting so I can put it in my living room. And then that's pretty much all I have for this vlog. That's my reset for the new year. But yeah, just this Friday my new shop update will be out, so just stay tuned for that. And if you are not a Patreon member, my shop will be open and updated on Saturday. Another little announcement I have is that I just got a space at a local art shop here in South Carolina, so you can go in and purchase my artwork. I'm also a studio artist there, which means that I go in twice a week and I paint for people to come and watch me paint and things. So if you're interested in stopping by and saying hi, I will link the name of the shop above. A lot of my next vlogs will probably take place there, but I'm super excited for this opportunity, and I'm excited for my shop launch. Oh, I almost forgot, I also had a few supplies that I ordered for the new year. I ordered a respirator mask and new resin. The polish I've been using for my clay items has not been great, so I ordered some new resin to try with a respirator mask. And then I also got a pottery wheel and new easel. So these are some updates for my shop and my business, so soon to come ceramics and paintings. But yeah, I'm super excited for the new year. Anyway, I hope everyone has a wonderful new year and this video inspires you to create in the new year. And yeah, so I'll see you guys next vlog.